One day I'll be on top of the world.
Yo. I am Dr. Classic, and we should talk about it. I want to have a conversation about NPM Entertainment that proudly hosts Classic Talks Podcast. We had an opportunity to expand our platform and offer, several things that will make sense as we develop a next play mentality. NPM Entertainment brings you Classic Talks Podcast. There are 4 sessions to get involved in. There is a self-care Sunday session, and it really is a space created to welcome you in to have conversation about how we show self-care. How do you show self-care? How do you make sure you are on the list of people to take care of? We all know everything works a little better or works again once you unplug it, and that includes you. Sometimes unplugging, stepping away, getting to a quiet place and reflecting in a way that you can come back and be a blessing to others. But most importantly, have an understanding about who you are mentally, physically, spiritually. You get to a place where you are proud of who you are. You are being you unapologetically, and you're making plays and moving forward. So if that is a session that sounds interesting to you, get involved in Self-Care Sundays. We go live on Facebook through the Classic Talks Podcast or the Tea Time Podcast every Sunday at 11 o'clock PST, which is Pacific Standard Time, or 1 o'clock CST, Central Standard Time. We also have Tap In Tuesdays. We have an opportunity here at NPM to connect Classic Talks Podcast with other podcasters who really just get together to talk about current events, challenging each other to have good conversation about things we've learned in the media, in the news, but also having conversation about how we label it. Is it a distraction? Is it personal development? Is it allowing us to keep up with truth? Or do we have an awareness of what's going on in our current state? So Tap In Tuesdays, every Tuesday you'll be live from the Tea Time Podcast page, and that happens at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully to catch you in on Tap In Tuesdays. And that's really, you guys, just a really good conversation. Unscripted, really, we just get in and we have conversations about things that are we've been dealing with all the way up until we tap in, and we want to make sure we weigh in and get your opinion. So Tap In Tuesdays, if that session is for you. Thursdays is the original session for Classic Talks Podcast. We post every other Thursday. We are on all major platforms. Most of the platforms you can listen to the podcast for free. We subscribe to a next play mentality. Myself, Jared McFarland, the financial champion, the co-host of Classic Talks Podcast, we button up our shirts, we straighten our blazers up, and we go in and we have conversations that may be high level in the scheme of thinking business, finances, coaching, education, your mentality and your mindset, and where your frontal focus is. But it's a really good conversation that brings in lived experiences and understanding about how we are feeling and moving through, our current status or current environment today. So if Thursdays is for you, get involved with Classic Talks Podcast. We release every Thursday, once again, on all major platforms. And lastly, not least, spend time with Quinn from Quinn's Collective for Classic Talks Friday. It is nothing less than a productive vibe. Grab a drink and spend the evening with Quinn and I as we talk through some really common topics, really some corporate level topics that her and I deal with in our corporate roles, and try and bring these conversations or these common topics down to a level that's better defined and understood, that will allow us to get into playmaking. It leads us to making plays and thinking about what we can do with the knowledge that we have and apply it to who we are and where we're going. So if one of those 4 sessions are for you, please get involved. The conversation deserves your attention. It needs your energy, and will be successful with you feeling like you are empowered to make plays. So all 4 sessions are here to help you create a next play mentality. Lastly, the last thing that NPM Entertainment hosts and make sure is available to you as the listener, the viewer, the follower, is Make a Play mindset and execution coaching. when you think about coaching, we're not looking for people who just feel like they're broken or have been unguided their whole life. Coaching isn't necessarily about that. If you are in that position, we will assist with your situation too. When we think of mindset and execution coaching, we think of people who are in a place where they are ready to make plays. They are ready to do something different. They're ready to be their own business owner. They're ready to be their own thinker critically. They're ready to unapologetically be themselves. And they are trying to develop a mindset and to execute on things that they have agreed upon, decided upon, have made decisions, goal setting, strategic plans around, and they want to move forward. So mindset and execution coaching, make a play mindset and execution coaching is here for you. Get involved, sign up for a free strategic planning session with myself where we can just go in and see, can we win together? Can we get to a place where I understand your needs? You understand the principle of making plays or having a next play mentality, and we can really grow and win together. The mission is the mission. Let's get to it. One thing I do ask of you, if you can take a moment, stop, pause, go to Classic Talks Podcast, the YouTube channel, Classic Talks being one word, subscribe, hit that bell so you know when new fresh content comes out, new information for you to kind of dive into. We need the support from you folks to make sure that this message gets to the places and impacts the people that it should. I've always said I don't expect to be the person that changes the world, but I definitely will shoot to be the person that encourages or impacts the person that does, impacts the mind that goes forth to do so. So hopefully NPM Entertainment has something for you to connect you to more learning, more growing, and to a next play mentality. I am Dr. Classic. Let's talk about it.